At 8 minutes after the hour, let's bring in Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt. And the governor is part of the group of Republican governors who are deciding to take things into their own hands to try to get the supply chain unstuck. Governor, what exactly is the plan to help out the federal government?
Well, I want to talk about turkeys real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be smoking a turkey for Thanksgiving as well.
It's a good idea. It sounds delicious.
Well, how many hours is that?
8.
Probably so. Probably all night long, but it's gonna be fun.
You could have a chief of staff do that.
That's true. That's true. I should have my chief of staff do that.
No, he's like a man of the people. He's got to do it himself.
I got to bring it to my parents' house tomorrow, so that's gonna be fun.
But just
here's
back
the
to
deal.
the original question. What are you guys looking to do besides make a stand to say you're taking action? What exactly is the action?
Yeah, well, here's the deal. There's a real crisis right now, and it's being everybody in America is seeing the increased inflation prices. This administration, it feels like they've been here forever. It's been 11 months. Inflation's at a 30-year high. You know, when you regulate and you over-regulate the economy, this is what happens. I'm a businessman, and we have to let the economy and unleash it and deregulate things to get the economy going. So specifically in Oklahoma, permitting processes. We have an auto permitting process in Oklahoma to make sure that we get permits out instead of days or weeks. And we have to deregulate and make sure that the economy is rolling.
Right, and to your point about the economy, and particularly, you know, you're talking a little bit about sitting down for turkey tomorrow. Jen Psaki said, you know, the average turkey's only $1 more expensive. Well, she doesn't talk about the fact that the cranberries are $1.50 more. I bought a pie yesterday that usually was $4, one of those store-bought pies. It was $6 now. The green bean casserole that everybody makes.
Several ingredients.
Absolutely. The soup is $1 more this year than it was before. You know, and these are the kinds of things, Governor, that really impact people. And forget about, you know, the cost of the stuff. The cost to fill up the car to go over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house, it's $1.50 a gallon more this year.
Absolutely. I mean, we've all seen that. Every president since 1973, every administration, Republican or Democrat, had an energy independence plan.
Right.
This administration is asking OPEC to increase production. We saw it's just an absolute political stunt. 50 million barrels of oil is 2 days' supply in the U.S., about 2.5 days' supply. It will do nothing for price reduction at the pump. Oklahoma gets it right. We have an all-of-the-above approach. We are number 6 in oil production. We're number 4 in natural gas. And we're number 2 in wind energy production. We have some of the cleanest water, cleanest air in the country. And that's because, and we've done it without government intervention and without government regulations. First thing this administration did was they canceled the Keystone Pipeline. They canceled drilling on federal lands, which would increase supply by 20%. This is a simple economics. It's supply and demand. And right now, this administration is choking off supply and then asking OPEC to increase production.
Why not Canada or us?
It's unbelievable.
Governor, do you ever sit down? Have you had the opportunity? I know y'all have come together, 15 governors, just to sit down with him and say, look, I know you're a Democrat. You probably don't want to hear from us, but we have a plan and it's working well for us in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. I mean, our economy's booming in Oklahoma. We have the 3rd lowest unemployment in the country, 2.7%. But here's the deal. Myself and 26 other governors, we sent a letter to the president asking for a meeting on the border crisis. Crickets, nothing. He never even responded to over half of the governors in the United States of America. And so I went down with Governor Abbott down to the border. It's preposterous. Who doesn't respond to half of your constituents?
Right, exactly. But Governor, Governor, just a real quick question. Joe Biden's releasing the 50 million barrels because he's got to look like he's doing something. Even though it's going to last for 15 minutes, he's got to look like he's doing something, and it might lower the price 15 cents for 3 days.
Actually, when he announced that, the market had already priced that in, and the rates and the price of oil went up.
Great.
The same people that this administration thinks that they're helping, they're actually harming. That's what big government does. It harms the middle class. And we're seeing that right now with 30-year highs in inflation. The guy's only been in office for 11 months. Think about that. It feels like a lifetime because we've got 40-year bureaucrats making decisions. We need common sense business people. I mean, it's preposterous what they're doing. We have the oil production in Oklahoma to be energy independent, and instead we're choking that supply off, and we're asking people that really don't even like us to produce more oil.
That's
right. Let's just see you 12 governors come up with a plan, though. Besides deregulation, you need some specifics, some action you guys could all take, because your transportation secretary doesn't even go to the ports and took 3 months off while we have 90 barges just sitting off the coast of Los Angeles.
Well, absolutely. Listen, Canada has a 13-hour workday on their truck driving. The U.S. has an 11-hour workday. In Oklahoma, we've lowered the age to get a CDL down to 18 instead of 21. Right. So there are absolutely things that we can do. There's an 80,000 person work shortage right now in the trucking industry. Yep. We don't have that. That's adding to the inflation and the problems that we're seeing, plus his tax increase plans, plus printing trillions of dollars. The economy all works together. We can easily solve these problems with common sense.
Absolutely, and I've read the letter, and you guys have got some great ideas. Let's see what happens going forward, because despite what the president said yesterday, it's still a problem. Governor, thank you very much. Have a great Turkey Day and enjoy smoking that turkey.
Yes, and thanks for saving Christmas.
Thank you, guys.
Trying to.